Hi and welcome to another episode of Görgött. Today we're making Gulasch. Gulasch with Swiss Knöpfli. Knöpfli is like a very fine dumpling. It's basically flour, a mix of milk and water 50-50, 5 eggs, eggs. There's 100 grams to 1 egg, so I have 500 grams of flour, and for that we need 5 eggs. And milk water mixture, there's no real kind of quantity, you just have to mix until it's the right consistency, but I'll show you that. You need some bit of salt. For the goulash, it's 1 kilo of onions, 1 kilo of red peppers, and 1 kilo of lean meat, beef in this case. It's the upper part here. It's called, in German, it's called a Hüfte. I don't know if it's loin. Well, it's a lean piece of meat. You can also take shoulder. And we need some spices for, it's like a sweet paprika powder. We need some aromat, being Swiss, to season the meat, and some black pepper. You'll see an overview of what we need here. But before we start cooking, as always, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell. The bell lets you get updates when new content is online. And obviously if you like it or like this video, please click the like button as well. That would help me to make new content. But let's get cooking. We'll start, it's quite a bit of chopping, so we'll start with the onions and the peppers. It's for sure not a complicated dish, but it takes a while because there's a lot of chopping to do. So it's perfect for a Sunday afternoon like this. So I always like to leave this part on because it kind of helps you to keep the onion together when you're chopping it. You just slice it up, put one down the middle. There you go. So here we have the pepper. Cut it up in a more manageable piece. And here it's important to cut as thinly as you can, because you want everything to kind of disappear and create the sauce by itself. So the thinner you manage to cut it, the more it will kind of disintegrate in the pot. For the meat, obviously you can ask your butcher to cut it for you. I kind of like cutting meat, so. This is the kind of size we want. Now we have all the cutting done. So the 1 kilo of onions, the 1 kilo of red peppers, and the 1 kilo of meat. I forgot to tell you at the beginning, we need a bit of cream at the end as well to make it nice and creamy. Now we're about ready to get frying. I fry the meat separately because I think that's nicer. So I will start in the big pot, fry the meat there, then put some peppers and onion on top, then fry some more meat in a separate pan, put that on top, then again some onions and peppers, and you kind of layer it until you're done with everything. And then the magic is done by itself. And before you fry it, I season the meat with some black pepper and some aromat. Yeah, that's about it. It's an old Bavarian goulash recipe that I actually got from a friend's mom. This mom is by now an old grand dame. She lives in Frankfurt, and she kind of took me in when I did not have a job in my youth, and she made me, she kept me busy. I did gardening, I was her chauffeur, and she used to cook for me. And this is one of the things she cooks, and it's, for the amount of ingredients, it's just amazing. The magic is done just with these kind of 3 ingredients, the meat, the onions, and the peppers. But enough about that, let's get cooking. season it a bit. This is on medium heat. Now we are ready to add some of the onion. And some of the pepper. And then you keep kind of doing layers like this until you finish with all the product. Then the lid goes on, and then you cook it for at least an hour, but you have to check it. The goal is that the onion and the pepper kind of dissolves into the sauce, or makes the sauce, and then you're happy. And during the time we wait for the goulash to do its magic in the pot, we can prepare the Swiss dumplings, the Knöpfli, which, yeah, don't need cream. We need a bit of flour. It's 100 grams of flour per egg, so I'm doing 500 grams of flour, 5 eggs. And then you just need to add 50-50 water milk to get the right consistency, but that's a trial and error. I'll show you the end consistency, what you need to aim for. And then you need to salt it, and you kind of need to salt it to the point where it tastes over salted, because then it's perfect. So let's get Knöpfli making. So we got our eggs in, 5 eggs. Now we start adding the flour. So this is kind of the consistency you want. You see it drips off the spoon, but slowly. Now we'll let it stand for half an hour, and then we check it again. It might be that we have to add a little bit of more milk and water, but we'll see. So this is how you make Knöpfli. You can see it dripping. So this is the point where you want to add some cold water to stop the boiling again. And then you wait for it to boil a second time, and then they're done. Now it's on a second boil. We'll just stop the boil, and then we'll take the Knöpfli up. So now we've done an hour underneath the lid. I would say it's almost done. We can add the paprika. Add 2 good teaspoons. Mix that up. Time to put in the cream. We'll be quite generous with the cream. Mix it all. This is one of these typical dishes that, yes, it's great the day you make it, but it gets even better the day after or 2 days after. Add a bit more cream. So all in all, for 1 kilo of meat, 1 kilo of onions, and 1 kilo of pepper, we put in half a liter of cream. And once you mix this, you obviously have to make sure that the taste is okay. Maybe you need to add some more seasoning, some more paprika, maybe some more salt. Give it a small taster. Yeah, that's perfect. So here we are, the finished product. Add a bit of chopped parsley on top, some crème fraîche, and what I like to add is also some spicy chili, just to mix it up. I didn't do that here because my daughter is eating as well and she doesn't like it spicy. But yeah, let's dig in and see what it tastes like. A little bit of chili in this, perfect. But just like this, it's also amazing. It's creamy. It's tasty. It goes perfect with the knöpfli. But if you don't like knöpfli, you can make it with pasta as well. Or even rice or potatoes, whatever you want. I know it originally as served with white kind of wide pasta, like a parpadelle kind of pasta. Well, this is so good. And it's not difficult to make. It takes some time because you have all the chopping to do. You have to chop the onions, the red peppers and so on. But once you've done the chopping, it basically takes care of itself. I think it was now in the pot for about 1 hour and 20 minutes in total. And yeah, this is the finished dish. You do the knöpfli, the dumplings, while it's in the pot, so you're not losing any time on that. Yeah, you're ready to go. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it out. And as always, if you stuck with me this long, there must have been something you liked about the video. So please give it a thumbs up. Click the like button. I hope we see each other again soon. I'm not sure what the next episode will be yet, but it will for sure be food. That's a good thing. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and see you next time. Bye-bye.